The sheriff is taking a unique approach to the deadly and devastating problem of drugs in his community.
Adams County Sheriff Kim Rogers believes the answer lies in children, particularly 7th graders. In a story you'll see only on Local 12, Rich Jaffe found Rogers is putting his faith in children because so many of their parents are already lost.
Molly, Mackenzie, Gavin!
As a final school project, every 7th grader in Adams County was required to submit an essay for a competition. The subject, the dangers of opiates. It's a subject many of them know all too well.
I've had a lot of family members that have died from drugs, actually, and I thought it was really important to do.
Ashton and Harley each won $50 last year for their essays.
Well, I've never really liked drugs because my family has a history of doing them, and it changed my mom a lot, and I didn't like it.
The competition was the idea of Adams County Sheriff Kim Rogers. He's pretty much the county's grandfather with a badge.
Okay, Amish donuts. You remember that, didn't you?
Rogers believes the best answer to the massive drug problem is to get to children before they start using drugs.
Everybody shift this way.
He has locked up many of the parents and family members of the kids in front of him. Over the last few years in his county, Rogers has watched the shift from prescription drugs to heroin and now a much more deadly drug, fentanyl.
The fentanyl is so strong that people die so quick they're dead before the squad even gets there. We've had as many drug overdose deaths this year as we had all of last year.
Already. Sheriff Rogers makes a really good point when he says the drug problem is not specific to his community. It's in every community. But what is different about smaller rural communities like this is that everybody knows everybody here. And the drug problem can become very personal.
Right now in the Adams County Jail, I have a niece, a great nephew, and my niece's husband, my nephew by marriage, is locked up in the Adams County Jail for heroin-related crimes.
The head of the Adams County Health Department reads every essay and says he also believes education is an answer.
Maybe teach, how do we manage pain? What do we do with, life is painful, life hurts, there's going to be some ups and downs. How do we better manage the downtimes?
Braxton, Aaron!
All the students get gift certificates to McDonald's and Taco Bell just for submitting their essays. Their reports clearly teach these kids a lot about opiates.
I didn't even know what they were. I didn't even know they were drugs at first. I've never even heard of it. And then I found out that it could harm your liver and just destroy your life and brain. And that you should never really do it at all because it's not worth it.
Last year, Allison Bear won the top prize of $500 and learned
that it's bigger than we actually know, than what we've learned so far. That there's just a bigger effect on everyone.
Sheriff Rogers is getting some powerful help and support from Washington. Congressman Brad Wenstrup, who also happens to be a doctor.
As we get older, we're counting on you.
Local level, federal level, we all have to team up. What the sheriff is doing here is phenomenal. And, there's nothing better in medicine than prevention.
In Adams County, Rich Jaffe, Local 12 News.
And 9 contest winners get $50 apiece. The grand prize winner gets $500 and a trip to a Reds game. Congressman Wenstrup says that he hopes to get other law enforcement agencies across the country to follow Sheriff Rogers' example. And Local 12 is committed to shedding light on the problem of heroin addiction. There will be a national town hall meeting on this significant public health issue. The Heroin Epidemic, Your Voice, Your Future town hall will air from 7 to 8 Wednesday night on local12.com.